put it on and then kissed the brother, and then the brother left because he's upset. I halfway thought yesterday was going to be an impromptu finale. Honestly, I enjoyed it. Even though the themes are questionable, do you like my wig, dearest Smell? I'm thinking Nellie might not be in any future, well, actually, she kind of has to be. She'll be around. I just don't know if I'm going to get to use my psycho young Nellie voice ever again, and if that's the case, I'm okay with that. Basically, Fables, here's the synopsis. Are you ready? There's a house. And the main character wakes up not knowing who they are, but there is a magic maid that is with them. It's this maid on the left here. And she's like, hey, I'm going to tell you about this house by looking into past things that have happened in the house. And you're like, okay. So you go to the I think it was literally year 1600 or 1603. There's a young boy and a young girl, siblings of like a noble family. The sister is really attached to the brother, like to the point where you're like, okay, you know, they're kids, they're playing prince and princess, whatever. It fast forwards to when they're teens, and the sister is still really into the brother, but the brother is like kind of sort of grown out of it. Anyways, the family's trying to marry off the younger daughter, and she doesn't want to get married or be with any boy that isn't her brother. Meanwhile, on the night of her birthday, written by Kaga, Final Fire Emblem 4 similarities. No, so then a new maid joins their staff. This white-haired girl, who has red eyes and she doesn't like to go out in the sunlight. I was like, she's a vampire, but maybe there's something else going on with her. Anyways, the brother falls in love with her and the sister gets really jealous. And eventually the sister runs into the brother being with the white-haired girl at some play and goes home and throws a fit. And while she's throwing a fit, she breaks a painting on her wall, which was a painting of her childhood, of her and her brother. However, when she knocks it off the wall, she sees a secret message on the inside of the painting that has the date, the year, like, the painting was drawn. And the date is before she was born, which means it's a painting of her brother with a different girl. Perhaps another sister. So then you come to find out that the white-haired girl is actually a half-sister of the older brother. So not only is his youngest fully blood sister pining for his attention, but he has fallen in love with his half-sister. The full-blood sister goes ballistic and loses her mind and goes up into the chambers of the white-haired girl and cuts her hair off. We didn't know if she was going to kill her or what was going to happen, but she cuts her hair off, and then she sneaks into the older brother's chambers, kisses him. He sees a white-haired silhouette, thinks it's the girl, thinks it's the white-haired maid, but it's actually his sister with a white-haired wig. The brother freaks out because he's like, what the fuck, we're siblings, and finds the bald, white-haired girl in town who's leaving the mansion, and then the flashback ends. So that's basically what we've been up to. It was honestly a fucking trip yesterday, but there was so much tension in the scene that, like, it made for it was a good episode. It was a very good episode. Just a casual visual novel Saturday. More like, what the fuck, you're the wrong sibling. The fact that is on point, it speaks volumes, I think. So anyways, after that whole shitstorm happened, the main character is like, ... and then the magic maid is like, haha, we're gonna go to the second flashback now. So, I don't know, we could be meeting all new characters, like, I literally don't know what's gonna happen at this point. What did I miss out of all this? There was a scene where the white-haired girl was supposed to kill the older brother, but she decided not to, and then they talked to each other, like, in the dead of night while she's on top of him, and they talked. It was all just strange. Yeah. Oh, also there's a rumor that there's a witch that lives in the house, and we don't know which character that's supposed to be. I'm guessing maybe the Magic Maid. So, that about catches us up, I think. Let's continue. A very wholesome plot, yes. And the mother has some explaining to do, right? Because the mother is the one that slept with the painter, who is the father of the white-haired girl. Hey, Grents. Grents, I showed the stream Judy Loftus today. Do you remember Judy? We were 18, and Judy was our friend. Your hand in hers, the maid guided you back through the kitchen and into the tea room. Yeah, Judy. Yeah, Judy. Her palms were still cold. You felt as though you were clenching ice. Master, do you wish to know the truth, no matter what may be hidden within? Oh, another interesting like plot twist going on with this game is we don't know who the protagonist is. It could be the older brother from the flashbacks, or I'm not really sure. Oh, this maid looks creepy. Yeah, this is the Magic Maid. Or, if it is something you would be happier not knowing, would you remain in the dark? Oh, is that so? The maid is the main protagonist. I don't think that can be true. I wonder about their father. Yes, the flaxen-haired sibling's father. Do you think he knew about the white-haired girl? If he did, then perhaps he allowed her to stay because of how deeply he loved his wife. Or maybe because he did not want people to find out about her. I expect he too experienced many different emotions, but those pages of his story remain untold. Their parents likely had a turbulent tale as well, but theirs is not of consequence. To whom, I could not tell you. You and the maid crossed through the entrance hall, continuing your trek. At some point, the fire in the fireplace had faded to embers, emphasizing the lack of light within the mansion. The maid took a candlestick and lit it in the cinders. The small flame illuminated her pale face. On a whim, you asked the maid about herself. About me? I am a maid devoted to your service, master, as I have said. Oh, what was that? You are interested in my name. You flatter me. I truly do appreciate the question, but you are more than welcome to simply call me the maid. Also, it would make me much happier to hear you say my name after you have recalled who you are, master. A subtle smile rose to the maid's face, after which she began to lead you down the first floor corridor. So I kind of feel like the main character could just be Mel. Because at a certain point during the scene where the white-haired girl snuck into his room, the maid said, like, you should know what happened, or something like that. Also, the maid was in the flashback in the 1600s, so, like, technically this statement about, oh, I'm just your faithful maid, haha, like, rings true still. Still holding the maid's hand, you passed in front of a full-length mirror. In it reflected the warm light of the candle, which disappeared out of range shortly thereafter. Oh my, is something the matter? Did you come across something peculiar? The maid had not appeared in the mirror, though she was not the only one without a reflection. You reached the end of the corridor. There appeared to be a doorway, but the door itself was long since gone, leaving only a hole in the wall to frame the stairs behind it. Without hesitation, the maid descended into the darkness. Did that just imply neither you nor the maid have a reflection? Yes. Which... who the fuck knows what that means? Maybe that means the MC is actually the white-haired girl. These visuals remind me of old internet creepypastas. Yeah, they definitely have a look to them. Maybe the MC is Nelly. Please, not that. I agree with story time, yeah. Also, the music. The backgrounds plus the music. It's like very, very well done, in my opinion. You have more interest in this mansion, Master, than in a mere maid, do you not? Thank you, you're welcome. Though it pains me to say, as much in your presence, Master, this house is cursed. Yes, it is a curse that runs deep. As you just bore witness to, the majority of those who dwell within these walls fall into misfortune. I have served here for many years, and periods of happiness are as fleeting as a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Why did such tragedies befall them? If I were to guess, Master, it was because you had not returned. And when you remember your true self, the mansion's curse should be broken. The next door is before us. It appeared to be the entrance to a cellar. This disconsolate wooden door was visibly rotten in several places, and it seemed it might crumble at a single touch. You could hear the sound of something devouring meat beyond the door. Maybe there was a beast living within. Before you had the chance to say that you thought it was dangerous, the maid opened the door with a chilling smile on her face. Your first impression was that it smelled of blood. Okay. Okay, fast forward 100 years. So there should be no Mel, no Nelly, no white-haired girl. But keep your eyes peeled for similarities to the first story. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary, so you were just there. That was perhaps the loneliest time in my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would come to an end in this era. However, one day I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls, and there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine how delighted I was? though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find. The possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I am unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Oh my, this is quite something. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled in a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast, perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of the odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village, a sword far too nice for him to lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, and at the same time it had an imposing gleam. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of blood and beast. Holding my breath, I took a few minutes to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place this is? If you are in want of money, you are welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers would be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself up a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me then that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you perchance be my new master? It's Nelly again! I would be shocked. The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating, but you could see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against that backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. Though it was a tumultuous era, the sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period of time, a war had drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus, the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I could draw a bath, scrub away the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast in order to teach him proper table manners, although with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in this kitchen. And the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. This is so bizarre. Now, you mustn't eat with your hands. You want to get your fingers and face dirty? You eat using a knife and fork. See? Like this. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. Oh my, what are you holding your head for? What is this noise he is making? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. Is it too soon for me to call you master? Or am I mistaken? Your name. That is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name. I'm called. Oh, Lord. Okay. Nice. That's awesome data persona Q player. I wonder if the beast is repeating what she said, or if he's attempting to say his name. Bestia. Bestia? Your name is Bestia? I see. Then that is what I shall call you. Bestia. He's our new bestie! My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had in fact attempted to cause me harm, however... Weird way to spell Nelly! I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take on new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but the thing called Bestia. Master. Should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you two shall become more substantial a presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. And thus began my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly, he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast. But my fear was not so strong as my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out at the roots, or they will grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this, see? There you go. Grass. Oh, did you not expect that? That appears to be many plants. What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. This is a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Or perhaps, now that you're all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and go find someone to fool, as the wolf did with the sweet little girl? Have you no interest in remaining in such a disheveled house? Go on. Not want leave. Oh my, is that so? If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. I should be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming master of the house? Will be. I have to wonder if you know what you are saying, although it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. This is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It's a type of flower. Not know. Do not know. I see. Then allow me to teach you. What you have here is not a real rose. The real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. This is called an accessory. It is something women wear. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hands. Okay. An object someone sometime meant to give to someone else. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. He stared intently at the decorative rose. I'd presume the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it, but much to my surprise, Bestia held it gently in his hands, as though it were something precious to him. Are you, perchance, considering giving it to me? So you are not. Very well. Is there someone else you would like to give it to? In that moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps that was not, at his core, what he truly was. Oh god, more traumatic, creepy music. Yeah, we are starting the second door, and it's a lot so far. So, I asked him a question. What is it that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. If you yearn for something, want, live, peace. Look at that filthy thing. A beast. It's a beast. It's eating goddamn sand. Are you really that hungry? Beast, you foul creature. Day has been good. We played Unicorn Game for about 3.5 hours. And now we are Fata Morgana-ing. And it seems the next flashback is 100 years after the previous one. So, I'm wondering if we're just never going to hear from Nellie or Mel or the white-haired girl again. I'm not sure. Beast, you foul creature! Stay the hell back! Get any closer, filthy beast, and I'll kill you! Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not yet back to its former glory. Maybe we're Bestia? I think Bestia might still be in the house, because the MC commented that it sounded like there was someone in the cellar eating. The magic maid did say that their family line ended, yeah. But, like, there's gotta be something... There's gotta be something that links the events in the first door to something else, so I guess we just have to keep our eyes peeled. I feel like, the white-haired girl could potentially be the protagonist. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually turned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes and how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. So wait, Magic Maid eats? I kind of thought she's just like a... Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village, rather. He captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. They were days without incident. And though such a life may be one for excitement, peace is something that you mustn't take for granted. She eats recreationally, probably. Those who have it cast it aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. Someone! Is anyone there? And then one day, a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility. Is anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Yeah, I think the OST has been really good. Some food and water. Just a little. That's all I want. Bestia looked over at me as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a few moments, deciding that I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me to not let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he said nothing. Portrait? Oh, thank God, someone's here! I was afraid it was deserted. You said you were in need of sustenance. Yes. Doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. I got lost. It's been several days. Give me a few minutes. I will find... Let him in. A firm, deep voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When had he learned to speak so clearly and to behave so much as like a master? Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared to cross the Wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of house, but to an outsider, he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing. Prepare him a meal and a bed. I suspect he is quite tired. Thank you very much. But in time, the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the Wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was human. This merchant is so fucked. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too had succeeded in playing the role of a man. Thought I was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that, you really didn't have to. Though I guess it's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. Haha. What kind of meat is this? Hare. It's damn tender for rabbit. And here I thought it was beef. You have quite the skilled chef. Mm-hmm. Oh, is she the one who cooked this? Is she your wife? Oh no, I'm merely a servant. A female servant, huh? Don't see that very often. This mansion's just full of surprises. I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. But why are you two living alone in a house on a cliff? Oh, I beg your pardon, asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies, just a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant. I do international trade. Until a few years back, spice exports pretty much came all from one place. But now that we've established trade routes of our own, my country's fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. And in fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already, but that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world. You do what you must to survive. That's how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from that man. I came to this land to do business, but much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. And I wandered around for much longer. If I had, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again. Your beloved? Yes, sir. I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year, but she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if I ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl. It's, if not especially striking. Is that so? The merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, do not mind a lively supper table. Though I know not how Bestia felt, at the very least. I was glad we had invited the Wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing, beast-like gaze. However... Oh right, I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there. As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room. They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anything anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or a bear or anything like that. It even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out, but the creature is still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. Oh, well. So you should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. At the villager's insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife. Is that knife... Huh? With you now? Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than... That knife. You brought that knife. You're here to kill me with that knife. What? You're going to stab me again and again with that knife, like they did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it? What are you talking about? What's gotten into you? Stab and stab and stab. Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not gonna hurt you with this. What'd you just say? I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "Is this what I always looked like? That beast." What's your problem? What's wrong? Talk like a human. Is me. Stop! Stay back! Get any closer and I'll stab you to death! You act like you only just realize I'm a beast. That's right, I'm a beast. I killed them. Stay back! And I'll do the same to you. Help! In his hand, Bestia held his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table, or maybe behind his chair. Regardless, it was as though he had expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempting to flee, but Bestia closed the distance with instant knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he had made his escape, though the beast stood blocking his path. No, please stop this! Don't kill me! My beloved is waiting for me back home! I can't leave her behind! And why should I care? A dreadful scream echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ears. Please help! Anyone! Someone help me! No one's going to come for you. This mansion's a long way from town. Help! That woman, where did she... Why isn't she here? She was just... You'll kill me if I don't kill you, so I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make your flesh and bones understand. I'll kill you, kill you, kill you, kill you. We're Particio! Not this. Kill you. Monster. That's right. I am a beast. Not the same laugh as Nelly. They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table together just minutes earlier, so what had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A simple, small thing set him off. I could not comprehend it. Bestia, who had said he wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant with a look of ecstasy on his face. Nelly is Kanade tier? Honestly? This could be Nelly with one of her famous wigs 100 years later, I suppose. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little? Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter? Alright, that does it for today's shopping. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Snack time! There's nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. Oh dear, maybe I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. But it's so nice out, I just can't help myself. Pauline, yeah, here we go. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to oneself?
It's tea time!
If anything happens to Pauline, I'm gonna find where you live, Dots, and shit in your toilet. Oh! Not important. Food. Food! If he were here... Oh, it's the merchant's sweetheart. Oh. It would taste even better. I wonder when I'll get to see him next. Pauline! Pauline! There you are! Oh dear, what's got you so frazzled, Mom? Oh, Pauline. What is it? Did something happen? What's the matter, Mom? Mom? Pauline. This isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. Tell me what happened. I told you to stay away from men who trade. Huh? Oh, Pauline, my dear daughter. Why must God be so cruel to such a sweet girl? You're hurting me, Mom. Don't squeeze so tight. What's gotten into you? Listen carefully, Pauline. You must be calm and hear me out. Understood? Not Trader Joe. He didn't even have a name. Your lover, the man you wait for, is dead. The beast's humanity began slipping away from him after that encounter. He'd returned to the thing I had found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls looking more barbaric than ever. Despite all the effort he had put into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly, stomping back and forth through the hallways and ravaging the garden. I watched him intently though from a distance. Bestia was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control, bloodthirsty beast. Just a few days ago, we had been tending the garden together, and that was no longer possible. I was quite disappointed. Eventually, Bestia discovered my hiding place. I had not felt regret in a very long time, but I felt deep regret in that moment. More! I don't have enough. Not enough. I need more. I need more. I must satisfy these urges. Are you saying peace was not enough to sate you? Did I mishear you when you asked for peace? I was mistaken. Asking for peace won't solve anything. Blood, despair, eyes filled with terror. These are the things I need. And I've always known it. And you said this mansion fulfills people's desires. Then, I know he said the thing. Setsuo. Give me prey. No more hares. Live humans. Why did I ever teach him to speak human language? Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveler merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, winding up the mansion on the cliff. Though something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door, on the surface he looked like a proper nobleman. So they all eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for their weary feet. There was food and a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests. He poured them fine wine and made me cook for them. No one suspected in the slightest he was a beast. He put on a reasonably convincing act. Yes, because I had taught him how to behave like a master. The visitors all went to bed contented, but, as I am sure you can imagine, Master, they would never see the light of day again. The penetratingly bright sunlight, particular to this area. A beast! It's a beast! You disgusting creature! You hideous monster! Kill him! If that's how you humans want to do things, then I'll play your little game. I'll play it even better than you. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you. No, please don't! That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die. No one understands. No one can possibly understand my despair. What did I ever do? Was it just because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why do beasts have to die? Beasts are savage, and so they must die. I'm a beast, therefore I'm savage. In which case, I'll kill them. I'll show them what makes a beast so terrifying. Lord Melha. Moonlight crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down upon the blood-soaked beast. It was a sight that would incite terror in anyone. This is not how I remember Beauty and the Beast. Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. More. I need more. Give me more prey. The mansion continued to sate the beast's demented craving, sending not one but multiple villagers into his claws, into these blood-stained walls, off which echoed his monstrous howls. Stop! Please! I'm begging you, spare me! Oh god! Sorry, I'm not familiar with your god. Beasts have no need of gods. I have a wife and a son back in the village. Please let me return to them. Why don't you bring them back to me? I'll send them to the same place you're going. I am with child. Please, let me go! Are you now? In that case, I'll kill the baby first. Damn monster! That's right, I'm a monster. And by killing, no one can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are most frightening things on Earth. The beast began to change his style, making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days, he would tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days, he would drain them of their blood and bathe in it. Some days, he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week, another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful servant of the house, I am confident I can do most anything I am asked. Though you can surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the flaxen-haired family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted good. Bestia's peculiar sword was always with him, for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Master, can you imagine how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. The stench of rotting flesh seeped up from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that. Or perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who had invited the beast into the mansion. More. Not enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me. But Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse parties. You think it's doing better than...
So saved.
I don't know. It's just like a murder death house now with a freak.
Super.
Which one's party? I think it's 7.
Party.
But Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse parties. Lost villagers were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was indeed a genuine beast, and in time, this is what he began to wish for. Can't you get me any better prey, something truly exquisite, the perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine? Do you know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero, someone courageous enough to stand up to him, with whom he could enjoy a battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps what he wanted was not human at all, but a demon or a phantom. I would soon find out as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house on the cliff. Please don't be Pauline. If the devil guides us, if God guides us, then perhaps I could accept that this was fate. Then it makes sense that I am here. Is anyone there? I've lost my way. Would you please be so kind as to spare me a little food? Ah, there it is. There comes the poor little offering. They never learn. They just keep coming again and again. The mansion keeps granting my wish. I would be glad to provide you some food, and you are welcome to stay the night, get some rest. I will have a room prepared. Oh! Okay. So we've been waiting for a connection. We've been waiting for a connection. She's slightly older, though. I think. Yeah. Then I suppose I shall take you up on your generosity. Yeah, the hair is also looking... She's oxalotzing a little bit. I've been wandering for a very, very long time. What was that, Master? You recognize her? I imagine you would. That white hair, those red eyes, skin the color of freshly fallen snow, and that flawlessly beautiful visage. You could not possibly mistake her for anyone else. And no, it is not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you would be surprised, Master. At first, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wanderer knocking on the door that day was the very same fair-skinned young woman who visited the mansion so many years earlier. Jordan, is there a problem? The white-haired girl must have spent many, many a night in the forests. Her crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she had brushed against stray branches and tree bark. She had even lost her shoes and was standing there barefooted, looking quite disheartened. Just hair twins. Oops. But that did not make her any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting to allow the sun to shine down upon her. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed as though all the madness drained from him in that moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of the ruby-red irises and her pure white heart. Pardon? I am a beast. This is what I asked for. Something to quench my thirst. You are allowed to be happy. But, as I said, it was only for a moment. So rejoice. Imagine how gratifying it will be to see such a beautiful woman writhing in the throes of death. Follow me. I will have a bath drawn as well. And once the moment had passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the white-haired girl that very instant, to torture her, to defile her. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew a bath for her. And afterwards, the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. From where? Even the outfit she had on, even the outfit she had only worn for one night so many years before was there, waiting for someone to put it on again. For her to put it on again. Wait, the same dress she wore to the show? He said she could choose anything she liked. She, being such a modest young woman, said she needed not of such fine attire. And what a shame that was. I too wished to see her in a dress once more. I need not such fine clothing. You needn't be modest. No, that's not why. Are they not to your liking, then? No, my apologies. You are very generous. Foolish girl, smiling and calling me generous. I was simply imagining what a pretty sight it would be. The sight of her fresh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it. I'm glad that after wandering for so long, I ended up here in this mansion. And in a few hours, you'll be feeling the exact opposite. Oh, Get all the rest you need. I shall see you again in the morning. I thank you.
What is this?
I don't know. So, did you watch the other, did you catch the other episode, Ifrit? Okay, so we started a new, flashback, and this one is 100 years after the previous one. Basically, the flaxen-haired family is gone. They died off. And no heirs either, so I guess that spells happy end for Nelly. Actually, that's not true. You know what? I don't know. Anyways, the white-haired girl is back, and there's currently a beast living in the mansion that the magic maid taught to be and act like a human, and now he just eats people that happen to show up at the mansion. Like, he just brutally murders and eats them.
Luminescence. Glory.
What a command to use at that point, Rosen. Anyways, the white-haired girl is here with an oxlot's bob, and she's barely older than before.
Don't waste my time.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm intrigued. As always, this game is honestly, like, the vibes it gives me is it's so weird you can't look away or help being interested. Bestia then made his way out of the girl's bed chamber. His mask came crumbling off after only taking a few steps. Ha ha ha. There, that's precisely what I wanted. Just imagining how a beautiful woman will scream. How she'll beg for her life. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey, is she not here? Is someone there? Yes, I came by to ask if there was anything you needed. Oh boy. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I am here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I've been here for a very, very long time. A very long time. You might think this an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. And I get the feeling I have been in this mansion before. Why doesn't she remember? Yes, we have met. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was an unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and a girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair. I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me either? I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times, and there were less than joyous times. But would you be so kind as to answer one question? What might your name be? She doesn't remember Mel, that would destroy him. Well, I mean, if she's alive, that means Mel and Nelly could also be alive. Maybe this is some kind of fucked up bloodline, like, on the mother's part. My name is... I see. So you are... again. There's so many mysteries going on with people's names in this game. The maid, the protag, and now the white-haired girl. Again? You should get some rest. I'll make tea for you in the morning. Also, go on. Close your eyes. Oh, Lord. But Bestia never waited for morning to come. With his sword that smelled of blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept towards the room where the white-haired girl slept. The time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with the young woman's blood, to turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar upon which he would offer her to the devil. However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. She was not asleep, but sitting there as if expecting Bestia's arrival. Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep? I heard footsteps, so What were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we'd simply have a nice midnight chat. I was hoping to ask what it was that you wanted. To ask what it was I wanted? Do you realize what you are saying? Can you not see what's in my hand? You know exactly what I came here to do. Aren't you going to beg? Aren't you going to plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you? If it's necessary. But is that what you want? What I want is something much, much more gratifying than your pleas. I want to hold a banquet. It's not enough. Not more. No matter what I do, it's not enough. But you will be enough to satisfy me, to quench this unholy thirst, to completely, wholly fill me to the bursting point. Do you want to know what I desire? I desire to devour you. Ah! Bestia shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheets beside her, looking down upon the girl, the moonlight at his back. Clenching her slender throat with one hand, he drew his sword, once more holding the tip but inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously, as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring, tear-shedding blade,
Snip, snip.
the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them. Go on, mock me, ridicule the hideous, barbaric beast standing before you. From the moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling. No, you averted your eyes because I had food for you, because I gave you a place to rest. You pretended not to notice the beast. This is retribution, retribution for you damned humans. So beg for your life like they all do. Cry, plead, beg for mercy. If you say you are ugly, then I must be equally ugly. What? What came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea nor an insult, nor a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, and yet this slight young woman did not, despite this terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life. Even I almost shrieked in fright. Bestia could believe neither his eyes nor his ears. Do you not fear me? Can you not see what I'm about to do to you? What am I to be afraid of? I'm threatening to murder you, to rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world, filling others' hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. I'm a beast driven by madness. What he expected was for the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her red eyes. But he believed that it would be a truly sublime moment, euphoria unlike anything he'd experienced before. Bestia prodded her with his singular sword, poking a slit in skin smoother than silk. You need to take mercy on me because you see me as pitiful. But she did not do as the beast wished. She looked up at him with sympathy rather than fear. This rattled the beast. He had never once seen anyone respond to him that way. What possessed you to say that? What on earth is going through your head? Mercy, mercy, do you not comprehend the situation? How can you be so calm? Scream, cry and shout, beg for me to spare you. Throw yourself at my feet. Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise, I'm a beast that never tires of killing. To me, you appear to be a person. You're lying. You listen to the things I say, and you respond with your own words. I was taught how to speak. I'm a beast who speaks human language. But you think. You use your mind to come up with responses. And you hesitate. If I'm human, then why do they disparage me so? Why do they reject me and try to kill me? Because I am a beast, a repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it? I will do nothing to hurt you. We are alike. Alike. Don't be ridiculous. How can you say we're alike when you're as beautiful as you are? There is nothing beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have? You've suffered much persecution, which is why you tremble in fear. I am not trembling. I am not afraid. I can hear the cries of your heart. What on earth is wrong with you? Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror? I am afraid, but more than fear, I feel like I know not what my role is. Your role? If you will have me, then I would like to remain here in the mansion. Are you mad? I will eventually kill you, torture you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born. That does not change my mind. Please, allow me to stay. I find it very hard to believe that you want deep down, what you want deep down is to hurt you. Or hurt people even. And I get the feeling that I am meant to be here. That is my role. Bestia was at a loss. He was perhaps afraid of this girl who did not fear him and even attempted to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away. Why are you so kind to me, to this beast, this murderer? Bestia's sword slipped from his hand, hitting the hard floor with a metallic whine. Then when the sound died down, the white-haired girl extends her hand for the beast with the utmost affability. Her fingers were white as freshly fallen snow, something this area never saw. They traced his distinctive frame, then ran along his unusually shaped nose. They slid across his rough, yellowed skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire from deep within, but from the unimaginable comfort of physical contact. Her fingers moved so gently, so pleasantly, wrapping him in their warmth. Are you crying? A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger. Looking into her clear eyes, Bestia came to a realization, and at the same time, he felt somewhat dismayed. You are without sight. Taken in the throes of his primal urges, the beast had not noticed, but there was an emptiness in the girl's eyes. She appeared to be gazing far into the distance, not focused on the man despite being close enough to touch him. Tears had begun running down Bestia's cheeks earlier when she had called him a person. But it was not until one of those droplets had slid across the back of her finger that she had realized. So she's blind? He would indeed have had no need of extravagant dresses. After all, she could not see what he was wearing. That is correct. I am blind. But whoever decided that reality is only that which can be seen, I know not what appearance I have. So, if she was blind, was she blind in the previous tour? I don't think she was, right? Because she knew that the rose that she touched... She mentioned that the rose that she touched turned red, right? In the darkness, everything is as one. There is no difference between a beast and a man. If you are a beast, then I too must be a beast. To call this girl a beast would be paramount to eating sugar and insisting it was salt. Do not... Oh, do pardon the trite analogy, please. Hey, Sentia. Yeah, we are playing House in Fata Morgana. Truly a strange, unnerving story. But you know rather well, Master, that the white-haired girl was not at all what you would call a beast. Not simply in appearance, but all the way down to her core. There was nothing beastly about her. Her words brought him faint pain, but the beast still felt, on some level, that he wanted to keep her at his side to see what would happen. The sound effects are so creepy. Basically, there's a house in the middle of nowhere, and we went through a whole flashback about a noble family that got fucking cursed really crazily in the 1600s. We're now doing a second flashback, and this time there is a murderous beast that this phantom maid that serves the house taught how to act like a human. And after he started acting like a human, he started luring in people that were lost in the woods, and he would treat them nice and then kill them when they stay with him. And he tried to do that to this girl, but she's not scared of him. And this girl was also in the previous flashback, which is interesting because that was 100 years earlier and she is still a young woman. So who the fuck knows what's going on? His next words were in large part impulsive. I am grateful that you cannot see. Without exception, everyone who had wandered into the mansion had lost their lives before the sun rose to the next morning. She was the first survivor who had not met this fate. This is the one that got her hair cut. She was the first visitor who had not met this fate. Over time, Bestia's madness gradually subsided. He even began to seem rather tame. You would hardly believe it was the same beast who had once reveled in those perverse festivities. He was, I imagine, at a loss for how to behave. I too would be flustered in the constant presence of such beauty. But it was... right. But it was not just her appearance. She had said she wished to live with him, a beast who had committed countless atrocities. Perplexing indeed. What is the matter? Do you honestly not fear me? Do I appear to be afraid of you? No, you do not. But you would. If you could see me, you would react the same as everyone else. You would mock me. You would despise me. You would want to kill me. You don't know what I've done because you can't see. I enjoyed it. I basked in their terror. So why do you not... Why do I not want you to find out? My reading is so bad tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want you to know how many people I've tortured, how many I've slaughtered, how much blood I've imbibed. All the horrible things I've done. Horrible. I'm aware that what I've done is wrong, but I relished in it. I wanted for so long to slaughter them. I desperately desired to see blood. Human blood. What is it I crave? Murder or laughter? I said that I had no need for peace, yet here I am. Is something the matter? No, some tea. Oh, shall I make some? Are you thirsty? No, I made some tea. It's probably cold by now. I thought you might want some. You don't? No, I'll take it. What are you laughing for? Because I'm happy. Is it to your liking? It's bitter. Their life together began quietly, their days without event. They had no extravagant meals, there were no swaths of guests lending life to the mansion's halls, and there was also no one screaming in fear for their life. It was the peaceful life Bestia had lost, and he had returned once more to the quiet realm. What's the matter? You are always so quick to notice my presence. My world is one of darkness, so I have a heightened sense of hearing. So wait, this pretty much guarantees that the white-haired girl cannot be the main character. Because the main character is not blind. Yeah? So that knocks her off the list. What is it like? How do you perceive the world? Salaryman time is tomorrow. Alright, story time. Have a good night. MC is blind to memories, true, but we could see candles, so it's not her. Night story time. Thanks for watching. You think it's Nelly? It is not Nelly! I cannot imagine living in complete darkness. Occasionally, I can see light. Light. Yes, not a radiant light like the sun, but a soft light floating in the darkness. Is she pregnant? I don't think so. Mikhail Shez, unless she lied. True, although I'm inclined to think that she did not lie, because when he was, like, in her face, he commented that she was looking past him. And that's usually the case when you're blind. Like a candlelight, I suppose. That only perplexes me all the more. I find it difficult to understand what you are describing. Is that so? It's difficult for me as well. You just popped in. Yes, welcome. I'm not sure how to explain it, but it's not complete darkness. I can sense your presence, for instance, and I can tell how windy it is from far away. How windy it is from the way the windows vibrate. And so, also, I also feel as though I can sense the wavering of emotions. The candlelight begins to flicker erratically. From fear, intense sorrow, or other similar emotions. My emotions? I do not know. It could be yours, and it could be mine. This mansion is a very peculiar place. The candlelight is always wavering, and yet it seems somehow stable. It makes me feel as though this is where I belong. I don't think I understand. I am a beast, so I lack the intelligence. But you, I am going to go hunting. Is there anything you would like? Whatever you would like. All right then. If you find any fruit, that would be nice. Fruit. Ah, it's sour. You picked it before it was ripe. I didn't know. Is that a bad thing? I don't know anything. I cannot see, but if fruit is still green, you are not supposed to eat it yet. What color are these? Green. No. Blue. Shall I give you a hand preparing supper? I cannot ask for help of someone who can't see. You'll hurt yourself. Don't worry, I can tell for the most part where things are by touch and sound. Are you worried? Worried. 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 The thought of blood dripping down her finger doesn't excite me. What's going on? What on earth has happened to me? If I appear to be in any danger of harming myself, please let me know. Then you have nothing to worry about. You do not seem any more comfortable in a kitchen than me. She always cooks that. Where did she go? Huh? She always comes when I call. I had hidden myself away. Bestia had learned how to go on about his daily life without my assistance, and the two of them had no need of others in their peaceful world. Oh my, what's the matter, Master? I was not lonely at all, no. It was an absolute pleasure simply watching them. I mean that. It was not my role to be at his side, nor was I the one to be at hers. If she could make Bestia into the master of the house, then my presence was unnecessary. I appear when I am needed, as I appeared to serve the flaxen-haired family, nothing more. If they sought a servant, then I would show myself. Yes, certainly. After some time, they began to sleep in the same bed. Oh dear, no, not for the reason you're imagining, Master. You thought no such thing. Though they slept in the same bed, they did not lay together. They did so, it seemed, because they were more comfortable in the same place. The two acted more like family than lovers. Hey, hello, are you asleep? No, I'm awake. Is the candle wavering? Right now is very calm. I see. Say, tell me about your childhood. What? Me? Won't you? My childhood? Yes. I have no such stories to tell. Family more than lovers, clearly Maid-chan has forgotten door one. Yeah, well, that's a blurry line. When I was a child, I lost everything. My mother, father, brothers, everyone. So for as long as I can remember, I did not have a father. I lived alone with my mother. Huh? But I never felt like that was a bad thing. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, I guess we just remember that this one remembers being with the mom when the other one was only with the dad. Was she kind? Yes, very. She was a compassionate woman. But we were poor. And because I cannot see, my mother was the only one who could work. Okay, wait, what? So, okay, the overlap here is that both versions of the white-haired girl were poor, but one of them had been with the father, who was a painter and died, and the other one is with the mother, but the mother was a noble, so what? She would be away for long stretches of time, supposedly because she served at a respectable house. I do not know whether or not that was true. Perhaps she was doing much more demanding work. I never asked. I believed not asking was best for her. From time to time, I would receive letters from her. Someone who lived nearby read them to me. The letters went something like this. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well, and they say I do good work. Wait, what if this is the daughter? What if this is the daughter and or granddaughter, descendant of the first white-haired girl? And we're being led on a fucking goose chase. No, it can't be, because she said she knew the maid. Okay, well, there goes that theory. That theory was quashed immediately. Dearest Mel. You know what I'm getting from this? I'm getting that for y'all in the stream chat, Nellie was the equivalent of, like, Ferris. Everyone seems fond of my interpretation of Nellie. She said she seems familiar. Yeah. But the maid replied that they did meet. The maid said we did meet, and you forgot. And she also said, so you're blank again. So, like... yeah, we just gotta keep playing. I definitely think we don't have enough information to make any, like, actual theories. But this is really strange that she has a different memory than the last version of the white-haired girl. Oh, found you. Hi, Bao. Hello! We're playing a weird visual novel again. Sunday, honestly, has been pretty amazing. There was sleep, exercise, coffee, groceries, food, napping, and streaming, so it really doesn't get better. I hope yours is also going well. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well, and they say I do good work. I'll be back with more money soon, so you be a good girl. Oops. B-Day function? Oh yeah? Whose birthday? Other than that, she allegedly expressed concern for my health and safety, as well as repeatedly saying how much she loved me. You have a good mother. I did. Nearly everything I remember my mother saying to me was written in her letters. So much kindness and warmth. Why do you not live with her now? How did you end up here in the mansion? Before long, she lost her life at her place of employment, and I was sent the money she had earned. When's B-Day? Oh, nice. Hope you had fun! It was, I imagine, enough to survive on. When my mother was alive, she often lamented my blindness. If only you could see, she would say, I could show you just how extraordinary this world is. So I decided I would visit a renowned physician in order to fulfill my mother's dream. A physician in this country, however, upon examining me, he said that he could not restore my sight. Dejected, I was on my way back home when bandits attacked. They robbed me of the money I brought to pay for my treatment. I lost everything my mother saved for me, the money she gave her life to earn for me. Lynn would have been fine. I failed to repay her for anything she did, which cast a dark cloud over my heart. My world has always been wrapped in darkness, and at that moment, I was in the deepest abyss. There was not even a speck of light. I was at a complete loss. With nowhere to go, I simply wandered, no destination in mind. And that was when I miraculously arrived at this mansion. It was as if it had summoned me here. You were being summoned by the mansion to fulfill my craving, but it didn't end up that way. I wonder if the mansion is disappointed. I see. I apologize for not having... Oh, I apologize for not having a brighter tale to tell.
Sad.
This game is sad. I apologize for not having a brighter tale to tell. I imagine you were hoping to hear joyful childhood memories. No. Did they hurt you? Pardon? The bandits, when they attacked, were you hurt? You are so compassionate. I am no such thing. I am not compassionate. I was perfectly fine. I took a few scratches, but nothing you need to worry about. I see. I believe that I am happy now. I was unable to regain my sight, and I haven't the money to return home, but I believe I left in order to come here. There were a few times during parts of your playthrough where you just had to stop and cry. I am not affected yet, but, and I've said this before, I like the combination of visuals with the music, and the writing. Altogether, it feels good. But I believe I left in order to come here. Is your life right now happy? I am terrified, am volatile, am growing accustomed to this woman's comfort, am afraid of losing her. A beast should not have these feelings, a murderous beast. Take this. What is it? It makes a good gift, supposedly. I was planning to throw it out when I learned that. I couldn't. I felt like I was meant to give it to someone that could only be you. It is a fake white rose. Oh, that's so interesting. So she's been gifted it 2 times. A white rose accessory. Do you not want it? No, I do. I just, for some reason... Never mind. Thank you. I appreciate it. not desire more prey, but you were so hungry for blood before. I've had enough. I don't need any more. Although she is blind, no, because she cannot see. She does not push me away. She's the only one willing to accept me, to be with me. So hard to please. You obtain peace, cast it aside, and then pick it up once more. But you'll never be able to escape it completely. After all, you are enchanted by the pleasure murder brings. You have been for a very, very long time. This time I am done. I won't kill anyone anymore. Being with her is far more satisfying than the joy killing brought me. To be with her is what I truly want. So very self-centered. You certainly are. Hey. It was as though he was viewing a flashback. The sound of knocking echoed through the mansion, as it had the day the merchant came and brought the beast's short-lived peace crashing down. What did I just tell you? I do not want any more prey. Stop it. Stop it. Don't bring me any more. I thought you were supposed to fulfill my desires. Why did the door open? Sword in hand, Bestia ran through the mansion's halls. He was overcome with fear. He had obtained the peace he so dearly wanted, and even found someone who did not fear him. He was terrified that the appearance of more prey would cause this all to crumble. If he spotted the prey, murdered them, and conceded to his madness, she might choose to leave him. As much as she claimed he was not hideous, if she witnessed him doing that, I'll just chase them out. I'm done with this. My desire has changed. I'm waiting for it to be Pauline, however. Why? Oh no. Good time for a bathroom break. Be right back, guys. Yes, hi, hello. I've returned. I brought fruit. So I'm feasting a little bit. Bestia shuddered in terror at the sight. Oh, right. It's... Wait, where's my chat? Stay back. Stay away from me. He broke into a run. It was not, after all, helpless prey that had entered the mansion. That thing is... The monster's voice seemed to slither along the floors behind him. He felt as though if he were to turn around, it would be right there on top of him. Why are you chasing me? Bestia shouted with fear in his voice, uncharacteristic of the beast who had so readily slaughtered his prey. But can you blame him? That's a Bestia. In that moment, I had an epiphany. I had assumed he had called himself Bestia, unaware of what the word meant. A Bestia other than me. Bestia is not in fact a name. It is a word that means beast. Indeed, a second beast had come into the mansion. Why are you chasing me?
Beast of the West.
Are you here to kill me? Is it because I settled down? Because I wanted to stop being a beast? Is something the matter? When the white-haired girl poked her head out of her bedchamber, Bestia was aghast. He frantically attempted to return her to her room. You mustn't leave your room. But as he was doing this, the horrifying creature, no, the beast's voice drew nearer. Do not open this door for any reason. I will protect you. That's right. I don't want this piece destroyed. These tranquil days together with this woman. I will protect them. I will. Trembling in fear, Bestia gathered his resolve. He pointed his sword, which until then had only been used to torment others, at the second beast. Now he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. The image totally looks like she's holding her stomach with a child, but she doesn't have... There's no bulge, there's no baby bump, Mars, so now what? Ladies don't show easily, or she might be early on. There's lots of reasons. I don't know. Now he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. This was the same beast who had killed and killed and killed to satisfy his own primal desires. I will not let you destroy this. I will protect it from you. From a rational point of view, the things he was saying and feeling were rather idealistic, but Bestia was desperate. He did not want to lose this piece. Before long, the beast, the one chasing him, appeared from within the darkness. Why is this the noise that they make? Like, it sounds so... like they're a little, like, rodent or something. Yeah, very that. Like, what? If they were gonna make a sound effect, why is that it? It's such a strange choice. say, Master, if resolve was the only thing necessary for one to act courageously, would that not mean nearly anyone could become a hero? Bestia had viciously slaughtered so many people before. He had gathered the courage to protect the things he cared for. And now, he was shaking. He did not gallantly bring his sword down upon the approaching beast. Instead, he trembled visibly from head to toe. He must have been quite terrified at the beast's appearance. No. Stop. Stay away from me. Don't. Stay back. Seeing Bestia so scared, I imagine the beast thought it a prime opportunity, for it slowly, ever so slowly, ambled toward him. If I don't kill it, it will kill me. I have to kill it, 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 I have to kill it. And that was the moment Bestia's mind ran off the rails of sanity. Kill, 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 kill! He lifted his sword up above his head, facing the approaching beast. And ferociously. Swung it down upon his assailant. Again and again. Screaming horrifically at the top of his lungs. He continued swing after swing until the beast had gone completely still. Before long, copious volumes of fresh blood stained the corridor. At some point, the other beast had stopped moving and sunken into a pool of its own lifeblood. I did it. I did it. I killed it. I killed the other bestia. Ha ha ha. Bestia had let his guard down, assuming he had claimed victory over the unmoving beast. I had not imagined either that the beast could still be alive after shedding so much blood. Stay back. The beast reached its hand toward Bestia. It was determined to drag him down into the underworld, it seemed. Slowly sliding along the slippery floor, it dragged itself forward. Even on its last breaths, it continued reaching for Bestia, fixated on him. He kicked the beast's hand up into the air, staggering it, and then he, burn in hell, rammed the blade down into it. Bestia's fear-stricken expression was hardly that of a knight who had just saved the maiden. Yeah, you know, I'm a little surprised, actually. I kind of thought maybe Bestia would get killed. I thought that that's where we were going, but it seems we still have things to uncover. Nevertheless, he had indeed eradicated the other beast. You come back again, okay? Promise me. I'll be waiting. Waiting, believing that you'll return. I'll be waiting. It's about time for you to set off. Indeed. Not this Lawrence hair. You take care out there. Don't eat anything funny and get yourself sick, got it? I'll be fine. I'm a tough one. The more confident you are, the more you'll push yourself and risk getting hurt. Make sure you drink lots and lots of water, okay? Take care not to get heat stroke or sunstroke, okay? You worry too much. Relax. I know how to take care of myself on a ship. I know, but you never know what might happen. I want you to be in good health when I see you again. I will be. Though I'll probably keep you waiting for a long time again. I'll be waiting. Don't worry about me. I'll be waiting. I promise. I managed to wait a year and a half already, so I can handle this. Come back, okay? You have my word. Thanks. Safe travels. Well, there goes that. I refuse to believe. Also, is this the same song from the first tour? I think it is. It's just different. I refuse to believe that he could be dead. I have to find proof that somewhere out there he's still alive and well. I have to find him. I have to prove it. We've arrived at our destination, madam. Though I dearly wish I could assist you in your search, I have things to attend to during our stay. No, don't worry yourself. I couldn't possibly impose on you any further. Madam, Pauline, you mustn't put yourself in danger. Should anything happen to you, your mother would be devastated. I wonder if Mom's mad. No, she's probably sad. Her sorrow as expansive as the Albufera wetlands, as deep as the ocean into which the sun sets. And it's all my fault. But don't worry, I'll be fine. As soon as I have certainty of his well-being, I'll go straight home. Me and him together. Oh, girl. Pauline, your lover is... I have faith in him. He would never break a promise to me. He's always come back to me, no matter how long it took. A man like that wouldn't just disappear on me. There's been a mistake, and I have to prove it. I have to be the one to do it. Because he'll remain gone unless I see it with my own eyes. I wonder who inherited your stubbornness from. What? Nothing. An acquaintance of mine lives in this village. I shall be staying with them. I'll let him know about you. He should gladly welcome you into his home. Thank you, Orlando. You've been such a big help. Pauline. 1 month. You search for 1 month. If you haven't found him, you come home with me. Will you promise me that? You are her only daughter. Okay. Good. To tell you the truth, I regret bringing you with me. What I should have done is drag you back home. But I couldn't bear to see you like that, Pauline. It was like I was looking at her when she was younger. Orlando. Anyway, 1 month. Understood? Yes. Don't worry, a month will be plenty. I will find him before the month is up. The sleepy seaside village is on the small side, but from what I've been told, it used to have a flourishing fishing industry. Now, though, it's like there's a fog hanging over everything. That's not too surprising, I suppose. A few months ago, the village was part of a war for control of the country, and they're now under a different rule than before. Stripped of their independence and battered by the raging tempest of war, the people's spirits have been eroded, and spiritual damage is not so easily mended. Even if they were not physically harmed, there are deep wounds in their hearts. It's a lovely village, though. The breeze feels different than it does back home. Beneath it all, I'm sure the people are actually quite friendly and cheerful. A long, long time ago, I went on a trip to a land in the south, This country is quite a bit south of mine, too. People blessed with lots of sunlight are bound to be warm at their core. Say, Orlando. Yes? May I take a look around the village? I don't see why not. The sun's still up. I'll need some time to catch up with my acquaintance, so I suppose this is as good as any opportunity. Do you know where to find me, madam? Yes, you go down that way, turn at the second crossroad, follow it straight for a little, cross over to the other side, and it's right there, right? Are you sure you can find it? Don't worry. All right, then. You're planning to stay with the village today, right? I'll see you in a little bit, then. If you get lost, give me a holler. Wait, what'd she say? As much as you insist otherwise, you really do care, Orlando. I feel bad enough as it is. Please don't take advantage of me. I think I might take full advantage of this. Thanks! See you in a bit. Who the... Oh, no. Wait a minute, this person has the same color hair as the people from the last one. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. What's he doing out here all alone, I wonder? There's no one else around. I wonder if something happened. Would it seem odd if I tried talking to him? I wouldn't want to get labeled as suspicious on my first day here. That's asking for trouble, but the boy stands all alone on the shore, looking somehow precarious. As though a breeze might whisk him away into a million grains of sand, and if I look away, he won't be there when I turn back. That's how the boy appears to me. You never know until you try. Besides, it's important for me to communicate with the natives. Got to build trust with the people of the village. Let's go. Good afternoon. What are you doing out here all alone, little man? Ah. By force of habit, I spoke in my native tongue. How dense can you be, Pauline? You may have just been talking to Orlando, but that's no excuse. This isn't your homeland. But everything's alright. Alright, catch you later, Prophet. I studied the language, so I should be able to hold a simple conversation. You don't need to be afraid of me. My name is Pauline. I'll be staying in your village for a while. Nice to meet you. Do you understand me? My name is Pauline. What is your name, little man? Dreadful. What? He just called me dreadful? That's one hell of an accent you got. Who are you, a bandit? What are you here for? No, I'm not a damn bit, I promise. I stammered. Atrocious. There's no need to be so mean. I put in a pretty good effort, I thought. You could at least compliment me instead. God awful. That's not nice. What's a foreigner doing in this remote corner of the world? Sightseeing our little village? Sure got a lot of time on your hands. I do not. I'm very busy. You're a little obnoxious, aren't you? You're supposed to treat your elders with respect, you know? Like I give a damn, lady. You're older, but you're acting way more like a kid than me. What's with this music? I don't know. My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Pauline! And what are you here for? Completely ignored. I am, here to look for someone. There are rumors that he was last seen around here. Have you by chance seen any other foreigners around? Hell if I know. He just won't let me in. I've got to befriend him first. Of course, he's going to be guarded if I just start throwing questions at him. Alright, so you haven't seen him. Then why don't you tell me about yourself? What are you doing out here? Is that any of your business, lady? A boy's out here on the beach all alone. Wouldn't that make you curious? Don't you have any friends? Maybe he's one of those kids who doesn't have any. Say, if you don't mind, could we be friends? I'm not really familiar with the area, so it'd be nice to have someone with me. What do you say? I don't need any damn friends. And who the hell would be dumb enough to say, sure, I'll be your friend, to someone they just met? How are you so jaded? You need to be more courteous, kinder to others, and not so antagonistic. I just thought it would be nice if we could talk for a bit. That's all I want, really. How about you quit being so damn nosy, lady? It just so happens I like being alone. Ugh, I got a strange woman ruining my alone time. I'm out of here. Hey, wait a second. He's gone. This is going to be really, really hard. Master? Master? Ah, you've returned to me. You suddenly started staring off into the distance. I was quite startled. Now, let us continue our tale. The mansion's corridor was a horrifically repulsive mess. Splatters of fresh beast blood covered the walls, and there was a repugnant odor. Anyone would be compelled to avert their eyes at the sight. What happened here? I am grateful that you cannot see, because you would certainly think me a beast if you were to see this. Because you cannot see, you do not know what I look like. But I know. Honestly, Mars, I'm kind of seeing what you were talking about. The baby bump thing. It is interesting that her sprite is in this pose. Actually, when I take away the text box, maybe not. Another beast like me broke into the mansion. Was it? I protected you. Did I not? I protected you. Say I protected you. Just mental note it? Okay, we'll see. That I did this for you. In his hysteria, Bestia tore down the curtains hanging on the hallway window. Bloodstained curtains that reeked of dead beast. What did he have to be so afraid of, though? He had exterminated the other beast, encroaching upon them. I wonder if he had puffed his chest in pride, but far from that. His terror merely intensified. Calm down. The white-haired girl extended her hand for Bestia, but even her gentle, lovingly outstretched fingers evoked fear in his eyes. Instinctively, he feared anything that entered his territory, and then attempted to remove it. And driven by those instincts, he shoved aside the white-haired girl, the one who he said he wanted to protect. Ah! Being without sight, she had no way of reliably catching her balance, and she fell to the floor with a splash, for she had landed in a pool of blood left by the beast. Red seeped into her clothing, slowly spreading throughout the fabric. At first, it looked like she had fallen into a puddle of fresh, bright dye, but before long, the dark reddened into a brownish black. I'm sorry, I didn't know, It's okay, I'm fine. She embraced the panicking beast, softly whispering, shh, as if trying to calm a crying baby. Though Bestia was taller and physically stronger, the white-haired girl was emotionally more stable than he. What has you so frightened? Please tell me. I promise I will not look down on you for any reason. All I want is to free you from the depths of your suffering. Sometimes talking about things can lighten the burden they place on you. We have the ability to use words, both you and me. With language, the gift God bestowed upon man, we can communicate our feelings to one another. It's all right. Don't be afraid. Talk to me, please. Am I a man? You act as though I am a man. You treat me like one. I cannot see you as anything else, as I have said before, only because you cannot see me. You are the only one who says I am a man. You who are without sight. But I was content with that. You treated me like a man, so I felt as though I had become one. The time I spent with you, I had real peace. I almost forgot that I was a wretched beast. I no longer sought after prey. Prey. Oh yes, before you arrived, I murdered dozens of humans. I didn't want you to know that I was such a sinful creature, leaving a long trail of bodies in my wake. But I thought that if I didn't show them my strength, if I didn't force them into submission, then I would never find peace. I was drunk with power. I took great pleasure in it, in slaughtering people. The fear was so overwhelming that you turned the act of killing into one of gratification. You did it to protect yourself. Are you still not going to condemn me? Taking another's life is wrong. Not only does it rob them of their time on this earth, it inflicts great wounds upon those who care about them. However, I do not regard you as a mere beast, nor as a mere murderer. Something made you the way you are. I am certain of that. Something. Tell me about yourself. In your words, from your mouth. Tell me. When I woke up, I was weak, exhausted, emaciated. I couldn't think clearly or even remember much of anything. I was thirsty, hungry, sore from head to toe. A crowd of people surrounded me. You. This was a long time ago. Well, not so long as described as long ago, but it was as far back as my past goes. I sought help from people around me, but my words did not get through to them. The only thing that came from my mouth were feral howls. They scowled at me, and then... Stinking gross. I have no interest in any more trouble. Shall we kill it? Never seen anyone like this before. What is he anyway? Beats me. A bestia by the looks of it. Bestia. 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 I didn't understand what they were saying about me. All I could pick up was the word bestia. The humans brought sticks and fishing poles with which they poked and prodded me. At first, they probably meant only to chase me out, but before long, their actions began to escalate. Bestia, bestia, filthy beast, we ain't got nothing for you. Dirty, nasty thing, stay back. Hit it, pound it. Dah, he's feeling it. Beat it, beat the thing, kill it, kill it, kill it, die. Why should I have to die? I was simply asking for help. If they didn't have food to spare, a glass of water would have been enough. I asked for nothing of them, but some relief from my thirst. But the humans would not hear my pleas. My words reached no one's ears. When they brought weapons and started chasing me around, attempting to kill me, all I could do was run. As I fled, I saw something, a child pointing to a wild dog covered in mud, shouting bestia. That was when I finally understood that I was a beast. That was why the humans wanted to exterminate me. I was neither cattle nor swine nor fowl of the air, but a vicious beast, the kind of creature that ravaged their fields. And so, you sought to prove your superiority to them. So you would never have to be called a beast or chased out of somewhere again. I was so close to forgetting it all. The time I spent with you was truly wonderful. I could forget about people calling me a beast, chasing me around and trying to kill me. I could forget about slaughtering them, painting the walls with their blood. I could forget about everything. It felt like I had actually become a man. But you... And then it showed up, another beast like me. It was my kin, a different individual, though built differently than me. I am taller than it was, but it was a beast, and I too must be a beast. Regardless, I will continue to insist you are not, as many times as I must. Should you be troubled by these painful memories and attempt to cause someone harm again, I will be there to remind you of your humanity. Is that which you can see with your eyes the whole of the world? I cannot see, that is correct, but I can feel you, sense you. Oh, that's not him. I cannot see you, that is correct, but I can feel you, sense you, hear you, and I can learn what you bear within your heart. You worry, you fear, and you think, and you also show concern for me. These things all prove that you are human. This woman, she really is going to change me. If I remain with her, I will become a man. It might be no more than an illusion, but with her near, it can become my reality. Have you calmed yourself down some? The hall needs to be cleaned, so it does. I'll take care of it. You don't need to worry. You should get changed, though. Very well. I believe I care so much for you. Because you resemble me. You are not alike. We are not alike in the slightest. As I've said, you are a beautiful woman. You may compliment me all you like, but no one else ever did. I have been labeled a witch because of the color of my eyes and hair. My eyes, they're red. A beautiful shade of red indeed. A magnificent color like blood. You're the first person to say that about them. Even my mother said my eyes frightened her. Because people called me a witch, I was rarely afforded the opportunity to interact with others, so I grew up mostly alone. As the people outside this mansion called you a beast, so too do the people outside call me a witch. See, we are alike. Do I look like a witch to you? No, you are a beautiful, compassionate human woman. And you are a human man, even if you don't believe it yourself. Yet again, Bestia found himself feeling grateful for the white-haired girl's blindness. For while he had just managed to put on a smile, tears were also rolling down his cheeks. Joy, bitterness, sorrow, a maelstrom of emotions flowed unbounded from within. But he cried in silence. Bestia shed his tears discreetly, so as to not allow the white-haired girl to notice. He looked down upon the floor. A single corpse lay there. And no matter how hard he tried, he could not see it as any other than a beast that looked just like him. All right. Well, guys, I think that is gonna be our stopping point for the evening. Second Door has been a lot. Completely different storyline. New characters except for the white-haired girl, although she seems completely different from the one that we know from the first door. I'm sure something terrible is going to happen. We're in for some interesting things next time. Great. Well, we'll be doing that on Saturday then. I'm going to get out of here for the night. But thank you guys for watching. It's been a very good stream. I think I'll be live tomorrow. I'm not really, honestly, super sure of what the schedule is going to be like next week. Just because I know next weekend is Combo Breaker, so that will like kind of shuffle up what I'm doing on the weekend, and then during the week, I don't know like what days I'm going to stream versus not, other than we won't be streaming Friday. So I will see you guys next time. Everybody take care, and good luck. starting the work week tomorrow, friends. Bye-bye.